What is up, guys? It's your bro, Richie Rich here. Oh man. What's up, guys? It's your bro, Richie Rich here. Uh, today, today in this video, I'm back with another Fast and Furious movie explanation video for you all. Today in this video, you're probably wondering why I'm laughing. It's because I was just, seeing some past Fast and Furious movies, and well, seen videos of it. If you guys have seen the channel the Racing Joker, I've seen the video titled, getting tired of the fourth installment, and this is the start of the Dominican Republic. And it says "El puta madre," "El puta madre," something like that. It just made me laugh. I don't know why, but and it was like that Dominican Republic and truck driver with his lizard and whatnot. The way he talks, like when Dom was in front of him, that made me laugh so much. I was like, what? Oh my god! I don't know why, but it just happens sometimes. Anyways. Alright, so we're ready to start this video. Well, so take a deep breath. There we go. So, today in this video, I'm back with another Fast and Furious movie. Fast and Furious movie explanation explanation video for you all. Today in this video, I'll be talking to you about the next installment of the franchise, which is Fast and Furious 7. Fast and Furious 7, A.K.A. Furious 7, if you wish. So, before I start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you're alerted when I make brand new uploads. Alright. So before I start, I just want to say, I had a bit of an issue with this. I was almost halfway done, of this. Well, I'd say 90% done. But I was just so tired. I had to stop recording, and I was gonna wait till the next day to finish it off. It's a bit like, when the cast had to stop filming Furious 7 since Paul Walker died. He was 85% done with the movie, and then they had to wait almost like a year, and then they had to get back to shooting. They had to get back to shooting the movie with the help of Paul's brothers. Paul's brothers, Caleb and Cody Walker. Caleb Walker and Cody Walker. So they had to step in and finish the last 15% of the movie. So this is what it is. This is what it's like, But hopefully I'll attempt to finish this off. So sorry. So today in this video I'll be talking to you about Fast and Furious 7. So it's the 7th installment of the franchise. I have the DVD with me. The extended version, well, the extended edition of the movie. So hopefully I'll try to attempt to finish this off if I can. I mean, I know I can, as long as I believe in myself. I can do this. So, before I start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you're alerted when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so without any further ado, let's begin. So, Fast and Furious 7. Say Fast and Furious 7 2015. Here we go. So this is for Paul. This video is for Paul Walker. So this is dedicated to the late actor Paul Walker. So let's do this for him. So, seatbelt buckled. Kicking into first gear. E-brake down. And let's get this show on the road. So, Furious 7. So Furious 7 2015. Or Fast and Furious 7. Here we go. So Fast and Furious 7 2015. Here we go. So, Furious 7. Furious 7. So Furious 7. Furious 7, A.K.A. A.K.A. Fast and Furious 7. So Fast and Furious 7. Or Wild Speed. So Wild Speed. Wild Speed Sky Mission is what it is. The movie's called in Japan. So in Japan is a 2015. So 2015 action film directed. So action film directed by James Wan. So it used to be Justin Lin, but they changed it to James Wan. So yeah, it's a 2015 action film. It's a 2015 action film. So action film directed by James Wan. So James Wan, and written by Chris Morgan. So Chris Morgan. There you go. You can say it right. Chris Morgan. It's the sequel to Furious 6. Furious 6. So Furious 6. So it's the sequel to Furious 6. So Furious 6 2013 and Tokyo Drift 2006, and the seventh installment in the franchise. So seventh installment in the franchise. The film stars an ensemble cast including Vin Diesel, Paul Walker in his final film role before his death, Dwayne Johnson, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Chris Ludacris Bridges, Jordana Brewster, Jimon Honsu, the guy who played Mose Chikande, Kurt Russell, and Jason Statham. In the film, Dom, Brian, and their team are recruited by Covert Ops leader Mr. Nobody, to prevent terrorist Mose Chikande from obtaining a hacking program. say hacking program. It's a hacking program. Meanwhile, Deckard Shaw, a former special forces soldier seeking to avenge his comatose younger brother, Owen Shaw, puts the team in danger. So it puts the team in danger. So in danger. Directed by James Wan. Directed by James Wan. So director James Wan, written by, or like the writer, Chris Morgan. So Chris Morgan, based on characters by Gary Scott Thompson. So Gary Scott Thompson. Produced by Neil Moritz. So Neil Moritz, Vin Diesel, and Michael Fottrell. It stars Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Dwayne Johnson, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Chris Ludacris Bridges, Jordana Brewster, Jimon Honsu, Kurt Russell, and Jason Statham, and even Ronda Rousey is featured in this one. So Ronda Rousey is featured in this one, and Nathalie Emmanuel. cinematography. So cinematography was by Stephen F. Stephen F. sorry, Stephen F. Winden. So Stephen F. Winden. so Stephen F. Winden. So Stephen F. Linden and Mark Spicer. That was cinematography. It was edited by Christian Wagner, Dylan Highsmith, Kirk Morey, and Leigh Folsom Boyd. Music by Brian Tyler. So Brian Tyler. Production companies. So production companies are MRC, or is formerly Media Rights Capital. So production companies are MRC. So MRC, formerly known as Media Rights Capital. So MRC, Original Film, One Race Films. One Race Films, and China Film, China Film, China Film Co. Ltd. Distributed by Universal Pictures. Release dates were April 2015. There's two. The first one was on the 1st of April, so very early April 2015, at the TCL Grauman's Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. And then the second one was on. The second one was released on the 3rd. So third in the U.S. So in the U.S., running time was 137 minutes, which was, if I did a math on that, like 2 hours and 17 minutes. Or more or less, depending on which version you would choose, like theoretical or the extended version. It'll depend. So yeah, running time 137 minutes. So 137 minutes, or to put it in perspective, 2 hours and 17 minutes. So 2 hours and 17 minutes. Countries are U.S. and China. Say both U.S. and China. So U.S. and China. Language was English. The budget was 190. So $190 million. So budget $190 million, almost $200 million. The box office, however, the box office budget was insane. How insane? I'm talking $1.515 billion insanity right there. So $1.515 billion. That's 1 billion. So $1,515,000,000. That's crazy amounts of money. That's like the most that any Fast and Furious movie has ever made. Literally, with that amount of money for the box office, $1.515 million. That's a new record, literally. Like literally a record of money. It's like, say, $1.515 billion. Still insane. I don't know how the heck they managed to pull that off, but they nailed it. Presumably because they did it for Paul Walker, because ever since he passed away, they had his brothers to help finish Paul's final scenes of the movie, and CGI was also used as well. Plans for a 7th installment were first announced in February 2012. So a month and like a year and like a few months So 3 months, like 1 year and 3 months before Furious 6 was even released. Somewhere around there. So yeah. Plans for a seventh installment were first announced in February 2012. So February 2012, when Dwayne Johnson stated that production of the film would begin. So production of the film would begin. So production of the film would begin after the completion of Furious 6. In April 2013, James Wan, predominantly known for horror films, horror films, was announced to direct the film. Casting showed the returns of Vin and Paul, so both Diesel and Walker, that same month. Principal photography began that September. So began in September 2013 in Atlanta, the capital of Georgia. So it's like Atlanta, the capital of Georgia in the U.S. There's two types of Georgias. There's one in the U.S. and one in Europe, but both are completely different. Bo was indefinitely suspended in November after Paul died in a car crash in November 30th, 2013. And that was like almost 11 years ago. Jeez. Sambo was indefinitely suspended in November after Paul passed away in a car accident. Filming resumed in April 2014. So April 2014, a year before the movie was even released, and ended in July with Walker's brothers. So with Paul's brothers, Caleb and Cody, standing in. So standing in. Says standing in to complete his remaining scenes. So to complete Paul's final scenes, causing delay to its 2015 release date, with other filming locations including LA, Los Angeles, Colorado, Abu Dhabi, and Tokyo. Brian Tyler, who had last composed the score for Fast 5, 2011, 2011, returned, almost like retuned, so returned to compose the seventh installment, with an estimated production budget of up to $250 million. It's one of the most expensive films ever made. Furious 7 premiered at the Grauman Chinese Theater. So Grauman Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, California, and Los Angeles. It's at TCL Chinese Theater in LA, so Los Angeles, California, on April 1st. So 1st of April, early April 2015. So like 5 or 6 days, I think, or more before the movie was even released. So April 1st, 2015. So early April 2015, and was released in the U.S. on April 3rd by Universal Pictures. The film was a box office success and received positive reviews from critics for its action sequences and emotional tribute to Paul. So tribute to Paul Walker. a tribute to Paul Walker, with many considering it to be one of the best films in the franchise, and I totally agree it is. It grossed over $1.5 billion, so $1,500,000,000 worldwide, so $1.5 billion worldwide, worldwide, so worldwide, making it the third highest grossing film of 2015. So third highest grossing film of 2015. So 2015, and the fourth highest grossing film of all time. So fourth highest grossing film of all time at the time of release. It also set a record for the second highest opening weekend of its time, grossing 397.6 million. So $397,600,000 worldwide. Well, that up like $400 million worldwide. So grossing 397.6 will end up like $400 million worldwide. A lot of money. So worldwide, it was the highest grossing film of 2015 internationally, and became the highest grossing film of the franchise in the first 12 days. It's the first 12 days. First 12 days, first 288 hours. So first 12 days of its theoretical release. Say theoretical release. A sequel, The Fate of the Furious. The Fate of the Furious was released in 2017, 2 years after Furious 7 was released. So yeah, next up the guy's plot. After defeating Owen Shaw, Owen Shaw and securing pardons for their past crimes. Pardons for their past crimes. Dom, Brian, and the team have returned to the U.S. To live normal lives. Dom tries to help Letty regain her memory, while Brian accustoms himself to life as a father. As a father. Meanwhile, Owen's older brother, Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham, respect, breaks into the hospital where the comatose Owen is held in London, and vows to take revenge. Deckard breaks into the DSS, Diplomatic Security Service, field office in LA, to extract profiles of Dom's crew, and fights DSS agent Luke Hobbs before he escapes, detonating a bomb that severely injures Hobbs. So he shattered his collarbone, fractured his hip in 2 places. Detonating a bomb that severely injures Hobbs. Dom later learns that his sister Mia learns from his sister Mia that she's pregnant again, and convinces her to tell Brian. However, a letter bomb which is an explosive device sent via the postal service and designed with the intention to either injure or kill the recipient when opened. So, however, letter bomb. So a letter bomb sent sent by Deckard sent by Deckard Shaw. So Deckard Shaw, who's apparently killed Han. So killed Han in Tokyo, both explodes and destroys. So explodes and destroys the Toretto house. Dom meets up with Hobbs. So Dom meets Hobbs and learns about Deckard before he travels to Tokyo to retrieve Han's body and bury him back into the U.S. and acquires the objects found at the crash site from Sean Boswell. So Sean Boswell, played by Lucas Black. As Dom, Brian, Tej, and Roman mourn both Han and Giselle. So Han and Giselle at Han's funeral. So funeral in L.A. Dom spots Deckard spying on them and confronts him in an underground tunnel. But Deckard flees when a covert ops team led by government agent Mr. Nobody. So Mr. Nobody, played by Kurt Russell, arrives. Now, I highly doubt Mr. Nobody would be returning to the next installment of the franchise, but we never know. One way to find out, because there are rumors saying that he has been missing in Fast 10 or Fast X, but we never know. So, as Dom, Brian, Tesh, and Roman mourn Han and Giselle at Han's funeral in LA, Dom spots Deckard spying on him and confronts him in an underground tunnel. So underground tunnel, but Deckard flees when a covert ops team led by government agent Mr. Nobody arrives. Mr. Nobody tells Dom that he'll help them in stopping Deckard. So stopping Deckard if he helps him retrieve God's Eye, a computer program capable of tracking a specific individual using anything on a digital network. That means every cell phone, satellite, ATM machine, and computer simultaneously. It's got a microphone and a lens. God's Eye can try to find him. So it can find anything, anywhere. Like anywhere. And with the tech that they use, they can look at anything and anywhere within like a few hours. It's like serious high-tech equipment they got. So yeah, Mr. Nobody tells Dom that he'll help them in stopping Deckard Shaw if he helps him retrieve God's Eye, a computer program capable of tracking a specific individual using anything on a digital network, and saving its creator Ramsey, played by Nathalie Emmanuel, from Nigerian terrorist, saying everyone respect, Mose Chikande, played by Jimon Honsu. I can't pronounce his name right. Say Mose Chikande. The team airdrops their off-road modified cars So the team airdrops their off-road modified cars over the Caucasus Mountains in Azerbaijan, even though this was filmed in Georgia, somewhere around there in the U.S. over the Caucasus Mountains in Azerbaijan. So Azerbaijan ambush Jakande's convoy and rescue Ramsey. They leave for the Etihad Towers in Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi, and steal the flash drive. So flash drive. It's a flash drive containing the God's Eye chip from a billionaire hidden in a Lycan Hypersport. Yeah, which is only like they only made 7 of those cars, and it cost like $3.4 million, which is a lot of money for a car that hasn't been made like much. Only 7 has been made, and that's just it. Hence the name Furious 7. They only made 7 of those Lycan Hypersports. Kind of crazy, but oh well. So they leave for the Etihad Towers in Abu Dhabi. Say Abu Dhabi, and steal a flash drive. Flash drive containing the God's Eye chip. So a chip from a billionaire. So billionaire hidden in a Lycan Hypersport with God's Eye secure. Dom, Brian, Mr. Nobody, and his team use it to hunt Deckard down to an abandoned factory, but are ambushed by Jakande and his henchmen, who have allied with Deckard and are forced to flee, while Jakande obtains God's Eye. That's before Brian could have got the God's Eye. So, and are forced to flee while Jakande obtains God's Eye. As Mr. Nobody is medically extracted medically, the team returns to LA, where Dom plans to fight Deckard alone. While Letty, Brian, Tej, and Roman resolve to protect Ramsey from Jakande. Later, Brian promises Mia that he'll fully dedicate himself to their family after he defeats both Deckard and Jakande. So as Jakande pursues Brian. So as Jakande pursues Brian and the rest of the team, so a team with a stealth helicopter and an aerial drone, which is known as the Predator, or a UAV, an unmanned aerial vehicle. So a UAV drone. So as Jakande pursues Brian and the rest of the team with a stealth helicopter and an aerial drone. So a UAV aerial drone. Ramsey attempts to hack into God's Eye. Discovering the situation, Hobbs leaves the hospital and destroys the drone with an ambulance. After both battling and killing Jakande's henchman, Kiet, the guy who was fighting Brian at the bus. And then round 2 came and Brian won that round this time. Brian hijacks a signal repeater tower, also known as a cell phone signal booster or cell phone signal amplifier. The actual name is a cellular repeater. So signal or cellular. So Brian hijacks a signal / cellular. It's like a cell phone, like cellular repeater tower that allows Ramsey to regain control of God's eye and shut it down. Say shut it down. As the military closes in the city, as the military closes into the city, Jacande attempts to flee and spots both Dom and Shaw engaging in a brawl atop a public parking garage. So public parking garage. Intervening, he turns on both. So he both turns on Deckard and attacks both men. So he betrays Shaw and attacks both men. To both him and Toretto. Dom uses the distraction to defeat Deckard by causing part of the parking garage to collapse beneath him. Dom attempts to crash his charger onto Jacande's helicopter. He leaves a bag of grenades on the helicopter and crashes on the rubble of the garage. Hobbs shoots the grenades, both destroying the helicopter and killing Jacande. It's both Brian and Hobbs. Later, so as Brian and Hobbs help Letty bring out Dom's unconscious body, she cradles him and tells him that she has fully regained her memories and has remembered their wedding. So wedding, after which Dom regains consciousness. Deckard's arrested by both Hobbs and the CIA. Central Intelligence Agency. So being locked up in a black site prison. The rest of the team relaxes on a tropical beach. Both Brian and Mia play with their son Jack, while Letty, Roman, Tej, and Ramsey look on, acknowledging. So while Dom, Letty, Roman, Tej, and Ramsey look on, acknowledging that Brian's happily retired with his family. Dom drives away and Brian catches up with him. As Dom recalls his memories with Brian. So as Brian, they bid each other farewell and drive off in separate directions. Now for that last part, they used CGI for this. They filmed at the exact location. When they got to the exact turn, there was no left turn, so they recreated the turn for Brian with the use of CGI to help finish the movie for Paul. So as Dom recalls his memories with Brian. So with Brian, they bid each other farewell and drive off in separate directions. Separate directions. Alright, next up we got is cast. So first one we got is is Vin Diesel. So Vin Diesel as Dominic Toretto. So Dominic Toretto, a former criminal pro street racer. So street racer and millionaire who's retired, both retired and settled down with his wife, Letty. Then we got next one. We got this is memorable. This is the memorable one, the memorable person, Paul Walker. Rest in peace. So Paul Walker is Brian O'Connor. So Paul Walker is Brian O'Connor. May he rest in peace. A former LAPD cop. So LAPD cop and FBI agent turned criminal, who's both retired and settled down with his wife. So both retired and settled down with his wife. Mia, and their son Jack. This was Walker's. So this was Paul's final Fast and Furious film, as well as his final film appearance. Both Caleb and Cody Walker. So Caleb and Cody Walker. Caleb and Cody Walker, Paul's younger brothers, were used as stand-ins, it's like backups almost, to complete his remaining scenes following their brother's death. Next one we got is Dwayne Johnson as Luke Hobbs. So Hobbs, a DSS agent who's allied with Dom and his team after their outings in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So Rio de Janeiro, the capital of Brazil and Europe. Johnson initially said that if Universal Pictures pursued the accelerated development of a seventh film starting in the summer, starting in the summer, he would be unable to participate due to scheduling conflicts with filming on Hercules. So we're filming on Hercules 2014. However, as production for Furious 7 would commence in September. Johnson confirmed his return. So his return for Hercules would complete production. Say production in time. So in time to enable him to shoot the film. Next up we got is Michelle Rodriguez. So Michelle Rodriguez as Letty Ortiz / Letty Toretto, Dom's wife, and a pro street racer who's revealed to have suffered from amnesia after being presumed dead in Fast 4, 2009. Next up, Tyrese Gibson as Roman Pierce, a former criminal and childhood friend of Brian from Barstow, California. So from Barstow, California, and a member of Dom's team. Next up we got is Chris Ludacris Bridges. So Bridges as Tej Parker. So Tej Parker, a mechanic from Miami, and a member of Dom's team. So team. Next up we got is Jordana Brewster. So Jordana Brewster. So Brewster as Mia Toretto. Dom's sister and a former member of his team who settled down with her husband Brian. So Brian and their son Jack. So Jack. Then we got Jimon Honsu, still can't pronounce his name. So Honsu as Mose Chikande, a Nigerian-born mercenary terrorist who leads a private military company that allies with Shah and uses God's eye to track its creator, to track its creator, to track its creator, and use it to track down his enemies. Say track down his enemies. Next up, Tony Ja. So Tony Ja. So Tony Ja. Say Tony Ja as Kiet. Says Kiet, a member of Chikande's team, who possesses great agility. So agility, athleticism. So athleticism, because you've seen him like doing flips and like rolls and whatnot. That was just cool. So athleticism and fighting. So fighting prowess. Thai martial arts actor Tony Jaa was confirmed to have joined the cast in August 2013, a month before Paul was turned 40, and 3 months before his passing. So in August 2013, making his Hollywood debut. Next up, Ronda Rousey. So Ronda Rousey as Kara. So American pro wrestler, actress, and former judoka. So judoka or former judo and mixed martial artist. So yeah, next up, Ronda Rousey as Kara. So Kara, the head of security for an Abu Dhabi billionaire. Say billionaire. Rousey's involvement was confirmed in August 2013. So August 2013, 3 months before Paul died, having committed to the Expendables 3. Say the movie The Expendables 3. The Expendables 3. Say 3. 2014 at the same time. Say same time. Rousey was forced to shoot both films back to back in order to allow herself 45 days. That's right, 45 days. So 45 days. 45 days to focus on training for her UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. So her UFC Championship rematch against Misha Tate, an American pro mixed martial artist. So martial artist. Say Misha Tate. Her participation in the film was similar to that of Gina Carano's. Said making the transition from mixed uh, martial arts fight, martial arts fighting to acting, following Carano's involvement in Furious 6. Furious 6, 20, 2013. Next up we got is Nathalie Emmanuel. Say Nathalie Emmanuel as Ramsey. Say as Ramsey. Ramsey. Say Ramsey. A British computer hacktivist. So like hacker and the creator. Say creator of the God's Eye. Say of the God's Eye. Who allies with Dom. So allies with Dom and his team after being saved from Jakande. And helps them to regain control of their program. So the program. Next up, Kurt Russell as Mr. Nobody. So Kurt Russell as Mr. Nobody, the leader of a covert ops team who agrees to help Dom to stop Shaw if he can help him prevent Jakande from obtaining a computer program called the God's Eye. And last up, but certainly not the very least, we got is we got a couple more. So we got Jason Statham. So Jason Statham as Deckard Shaw. So Deckard Shaw, a former special forces soldier or special forces assassin and intelligence agent who seeks to avenge his comatose younger brother, Owen Shaw played by Luke Evans, after his hospitalization at the hands of Dom and his team in a NATO base in Spain. So in Spain. John Brotherton portrays Shepard, Mr. Nobody's right-hand man, who he like argues with Roman. Like, that was funny. He said, "You done?" And then Roman says, "No, I'm not done." This is funny. Anyway, so John Brotherton portrays Shepard, Mr. Nobody's right-hand man. So Mr. Nobody's right-hand man. Say Mr. Nobody's right-hand man. So right-hand man. Both Sun King and Sun King and Gal Gadot. So Sun King and Gal Gadot appear in archive footage as both Han, Lu, and Giselle Yashar. So Giselle Yashar. Lucas Black reprises So Lucas Black reprises his role as Sean Boswell. So Sean Boswell, an American street racer who lives in Tokyo, whom Dom meets when he travels to Tokyo to claim the body of Han, a mutual friend of theirs killed by Shaw. killed by Shaw. Say by Shaw. In September, it's confirmed that Lucas had signed on to reprise his role as Shaw. So as Shaw for Furious 7. So Furious 7 and two more installments. So two more installments. So no Fast 9, but possibly might return to the final installment. You never know, but it would be great, you know. Say in September, it's confirmed that Lucas had signed on to reprise his role as Shaw. So reprise his role as Shaw. Not Shaw, sorry, as Sean for Furious 7 and two more installments. Elsa Pataki reprises her role as Elena Neves, a DSS agent and former Rio cop. So a Rio cop. So a cop or a Rio police officer. So a Rio police officer. It's a police officer from Rio who moved to the U.S. to become Hobbs's new partner at the DSS. So new partner at the DSS. So DSS. Luke Evans briefly reprises his role. So reprises his role as Owen Shaw. So Owen Shaw, Deckard's now comatose younger brother from Furious 6 2013, and Noel Guglielmi reprises his role as Hector. So as Hector for the cameo appearance from the Fast and the Furious 2001. I mean, they should bring back the old characters from the first movie to the final installment. Even Jesse. I mean, Jesse should also return to the franchise. Haven't seen him since the first movie. And Johnny Trin and his cousin Lance should also make a roll back to the movie. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean they should, since the characters got killed off in the first movie. But it'll be kind of interesting, to find out. So Luke Evans. Um, briefly reprises his role as Owen Shaw, Deckard's now comatose younger brother from Furious 6 2013, and Noel Guglielmi reprises his role as Hector. So Hector for a cameo appearance from the Fast and the Furious 2001. So from the first movie. So Ali Fazal. So Ali Fazal. Say Ali Fazal. Can't pronounce his last name that well, but it's spelled Fazal. So Ali Fazal portrays Safar. So portrays Safar. Say Safar, a friend of Ramsey. Say Ramsey, to whom she sent the God's Eye for safekeeping. Ali described his role as a cameo. Australian rapper Iggy Azalea, who also appears on the soundtrack, makes a cameo appearance as a racer at Race Wars, when she appears in their 2011, I think it was, Ford F-150 SVT Raptor, I think. I'm not really 100% sure. So yeah, Australian rapper, Iggy Azalea, who also appears on the soundtrack. Soundtrack makes a cameo appearance as a racer at Race Wars. American singer slash rapper T-Pain. 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 So T-Pain appears as himself as he DJs a party in Abu Dhabi, so in the UAE. I think it's the capital. I'm not really sure. Romeo Santos. His full name is Anthony Romeo. So Anthony Romeo Santos. Santos makes a cameo appearance as Mondo, who shelters Mia in the Dominican Republic, and Clement Tinaj. Can't really say it well. Can't really pronounce it well, but it's spelled Tinaj. Appears as one of the Race Wars racers. Racers. I think it was the guy who drove the R8. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but presumably. Ow. So Romeo Santos makes a cameo appearance as Mondo, who shelters Mia in the Dominican Republic, and Clement Tinaj as one of the Race Wars racers. The guy who drove the R8 before its piston rings are fried after the first 200 RPMs. I wonder how the heck is it possible. How the hell is it possible to fry piston rings at the first start of 200 RPMs? It's nothing. It's just what? I don't understand that. How? How? How is it physically possible at 200 RPMs the piston rings are just gone, fried? What? I don't get it. I do not understand that at all. Never. Never. Alright, so next up we got is production. First one, starting off with his development. So on October 21st. So October 21st, 2011. So 10 days before Halloween, on October 2011, the LA Times reported that Universal Studios was considering filming two sequels, Furious 6 and Furious 7. So Furious 6, 2013, and Furious 7, 2015. Back to back. Back. So back to back with a single storyline. So single storyline running through both films. So both films. Both would be written. So both would be both would be both would be both would be written. So written by Chris Morgan. So Chris Morgan. And directed by Justin Lin. So Justin Lin, who'd been the franchise's both writer and director, respectively, since Tokyo Drift. So since Tokyo Drift 2006. On December 20th, 2011, 4 days before Christmas Eve, and 5 days before Christmas Day. Following the release of Fast 5, 2011, Vin Diesel stated that Furious 6 would be split into two parts. With so on December 20th, 2011, following the release of Fast 5, 2011 or 2011, Vin Diesel stated that Furious 6 would be split into two parts. So two parts with writing for the two films occurring simultaneously. So simultaneously, on the decision, Vince said, "We have to pay off this story. We have to service all the. We have to pay off this story. We have to service all of these character relationships." And when we started mapping all that out, it just went beyond 110 pages. The story said, "You can't fit all that story in one damn movie." So this is the same quote this is the same that was used for Furious 6, 2013, which I talked about yesterday, somewhere in there. Around yesterday, I think, somewhere in there. However, in an interview on February 15th, so February 15th, 2012, Dwayne Johnson stated that the two intended sequels would no longer be filmed, simultaneously because of weather issues in filming locations, and that production of Fast 7 or Furious 7 would only begin after the completion of Furious 6. In April 2013. So in April 2013, during the post production of the retitled Fast and Furious 6, so the retitled Furious 6, Justin announced that he wouldn't return to direct the seventh film, as the studio wanted to produce the film on an accelerated schedule. So on an accelerated schedule. Scheduled for release in summer 2014. This would have required Justin to begin pre-production on the sequel while performing post-production. Post-production post-production of Furious 6, which he post-production of Furious 6, which he considered would affect the quality of the final product, despite the usual 2 year gap. So 2 year gap between the previous installment, the previous films or installments. Universal chose to pursue a sequential, not sequential, sorry. Universal chose to pursue a sequel quicker due to having fewer reliable franchises than its competitor studios. However, subsequent interviews with Justin have suggested that the sixth, so that Furious 6 was always intended to be the final installment. So final installment under his direction. Say direction. In April 2013, so early April 2013, I think it was a month or so before Furious 6 was out. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was something like that. Yeah. In April 2013, so a month before Furious 6 was even released, Australian director James Wan, predominantly known for horror films, was announced as the sequel's director, with Neil Moritz and Michael Fattrell returning to produce, and Morgan returned to write the script, his fifth in the franchise. On April 16th, so April 16th, so I think mid-April 2013, something like that, Vin announced that the sequel would be released on July 11th, so July 11th, 2014, say 2014, in May 2013, Vin said that the sequel would feature LA, Tokyo, and the Middle East as locations. Right, next up we got is filming. So principal photography began in early September. So early September 2013. So it was like before or after Paul's 40th birthday, when he was still alive. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was something like that. So filming. Principal photography began in early September. So early September 2013, in Atlanta, the capital of Georgia, with a casting call issued. Abu Dhabi was also a filming location. So Abu Dhabi was also a filming location. The production crew chose it over Dubai, as they would benefit from the Emirates' 30% rebate scheme. Pikes Peak Highway in Colorado was closed in September to film some driving sequences. On September September 16th, so it was like a few months before the iPhone 7 was even released, on that same exact month and day, but I think it was released 2015, 2016, around there, the phone. 90% sure about. Oh well. So on September on September 16th, so September 16th, the product the production crew, well, the production filmed with Paul Walker, Paul Walker, Paul Walker and the Kimsey twins, so Kimsey twins, playing son his son Jack. So Jack in front of an Atlanta, Atlanta elementary school. Elementary school. Han's funeral scene was filmed at Oakland Cemetery. Oakland Cemetery. Cemetery, with extras needing, extras needed for the scene being hot, hip and trendy, cool types of all ethnicities. Ethnicities between the ages of 18 and 45. So 18 and 45. On the event of September 19th, September 19th, Lucas Black joined the production. So the production for a soul scene with Vin in an Atlanta parking garage. Separate scenes with Paul also shot in the same location on the same night, including one half of a phone call with a phone conversation between his character and Jordana Brewster's character, Mia Toretto. On October 24th, so October 24th, over a month into the film's production, Dwayne Johnson tweeted he had started shooting for the film after wrapping up on Hercules 2014. 5 days later, Vin Diesel posted the first photo of Johnson on a set in the hospital scene. Hospital scene. And alright, this next one is gonna literally break all of our hearts, and also this is a sad part. This is the death of Paul Walker. Death of Paul Walker. So on November 30th, 2013, Paul Walker, who portrayed Brian O'Connor, the character of the Fast and Furious movie franchise, died in a single car accident. Single car accident. The next day, I think it was December 1st. I'm not too sure. The next day, Universal announced that production would continue after a delay that would allow the filmmakers to rework the film on December 4th. Universal puts production on hold indefinitely. Wan later confirmed that the film had not been cancelled. Thank God for that. Thank God it was not cancelled. On December 22nd, Vin Diesel announced. So Vin Diesel announced that the film would be released on April 10th. So early April 2015. So 2015. On February 24th, not 24th, on February 27th, here we go. So February 27th, say 27th, so 27th, 2014, so 2014, the Hollywood Reporter, the Hollywood Reporter reported that filming would resume on April 1st. It's April 1st, and that both the cast and crew had headed to Atlanta to prepare for about eight more weeks of shooting. It's like let's say that's like less than 2 months, I think. 2 months, I say, of shooting. Principal photography ended on July 10th. So July 10th, 2014. Next up we got is, see how much is on there. So we got 3 more parts left, and then moving on to the next one. So principal photography ended on July 10th. Next up we got is stunts. So we got stunts. So the airdrop, so the airdrop sequence, where the crew like drive out of the ramp of a Lockheed C-130 Hercules, which is an American 4-engine turboprop military transport aircraft designed and built by Lockheed, now companies called Lockheed Martin or Lockheed Martin Corporation. So Lockheed C-130 Hercules, which was used in the film to carry the cars that were dropped from 12,000 feet high above the Sonoran Desert, making cars plummet at a speed of about 130, 140, it's like 130, 140 miles an hour downhill. Like, that's just nuts. So the airdrop, so the airdrop sequence was conceived by stunt coordinator and second unit director Spiro Razatos, who also did so on the franchise's 2 previous installments, Fast 5 2011, Fast 5 2011, Fast 5 2011, and Furious 6 2013. Razatos told Business Insider, a New York-based multinational financial and business news website founded in 2007. So in 2007, Razatos told Business Insider that he wanted to rely that he rely that he wanted to rely more on real stunts rather than CGI. So CGI because he wanted the whole sequel to feel real and fulfill audiences fulfill audiences expectations. The stunt took months of preparation, solving problems or issues, whichever way works best. Cameras needed to be mounted onto cars in a way they wouldn't be destroyed when the cars land. So when the cars landed, and the crew had to figure out a safe way to get the cars out of the plane. They performed a dry run or practice run, which is a software testing process used to make sure that a system works correctly and would not result in server failure. So testing, so they they performed the practice run, practice one, so practice run with a single car falling out of the plane. So falling out of a plane, and did this six, so six times. So 6 times. Cars are dropped from a so Lockheed Lockheed C-130 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 so a Lockheed C-130 C-130 Hercules high above the Arizona desert, also known as the Sonoran Desert, or in Spanish is Desierto de Sonora. Say high above the Sonoran slash Arizona desert. Say Arizona desert. I said Arizona desert. But close up shots that show the cars landing on a mountain road. So mountain road were filmed in Colorado. Colorado. There are two airplanes flying at a height of 12,000 feet. 12,000 feet. Each dropping two cars apiece. BRS or ballistic recovery systems, parachutes enabled with GPS. So enabled with GPS were secured to each of the cars before dropping off the C-130 plane at about 5,000 feet. At about 5,000 feet, say 5,000 feet, the parachutes deployed. Over 10 cameras were used for the sequence. In addition to cameras on the ground, there are cameras remotely operated inside the plane, and another three mounted outside each car. So each vehicle. Additional cameras. Additional cameras were Additional cameras were on a helicopter where Razatos was stationed watching monitors. Three skydivers were three skydivers used in the shot. In the shot were helmet cameras to help shoot the sequence from multiple angles. Skydivers would either jump out before cars or after them. While all the cars landed under drop zones. So drop zones, 70%. So 70% landed. 70% landed. 70% landed perfectly. So 70% landed perfectly. So perfectly, and 30% didn't. For the close-up, for the close-up scenes. So close-up scenes, which show the actors inside the cars. A giant gimbal, which is a pivoted support that permits rotation of an object about an axis. A set of three gimbals, one mounted on the other, with orthogonal pivot axes, may be used to allow an object mounted on the innermost gimbal to remain independent of the rotation of its support. So vertical in the first animation, for example. For example, in a ship, the gyroscopes, shipboard compasses, stoves, and even drink holders typically use gimbals to keep them upright with respect to the horizon, despite the ship's both pitching and rolling. So pitching and rolling. Is that pitching and rolling? Say for the close-up scenes, which show the actors inside their cars, a giant gimbal with a 360 degree range of movement were attached to each of the cars and was filmed against the green screen to reproduce their tumble through the sky. The last part of the scene which shows the cars hitting the road, which shows the cars hitting the road, were shot separately. To get that right, the team set up a pulley system that had cars 6 to 10 feet above the ground. When they were dropped from the cranes, the stuntmen who were sitting in the driver's seats raced their engines at about 35 to 40 miles an hour and skid to the ground at full speed. Say at full speed. Those cranes were then later removed from the film with computers, so CGI based. Rosatos claims therefore that the airdrop sequence was all real and that it would be hard to top. Whatever that last part means, but oh well. The scene featuring Brian jumping off a bus off a cliff was performed by a stuntman and was all done without any computer graphics, so without any CGI. The shooting for this particular sequence along with the scene in which Dom and his team are pursuing to rescue Ramsey almost didn't happen due to the absence of tax break, or like tax preferences, concession, and relief. which are a method of reduction to the tax liability of taxpayers. Government usually applies them to stimulate the economy and increase the solvency of the population. So yeah, the shooting for this particular sequence, along with the scene in which Dominus' team are pursuing to rescue Ramsey, almost didn't happen due to the absence of tax breaking Colorado. The studio originally wanted to shoot the sequence in Georgia, so originally wanted to shoot the sequence in Georgia. So Georgia, which provides tax breaks for film productions, and then add woods in the background later in post-production. The production to which Razatos denied, saying the audience is going to know it's CGI, and aren't going to feel good about it. Shooting finally took place in Colorado. Shooting finally took place in Colorado. Shooting finally took place in Colorado. A total of 340 cars. So 340 cars. So 340 340 cars were used in the film, and more than 230 230 cars were destroyed in the making of the film, including several black Mercedes Benzes, Ford Crown Victoria, and a Mitsubishi Montero off-roader. There's the remaining, not sure what happened to the remaining 110 cars. Are they the remaining, like, perfect condition or something? I don't know. So, including several black Mercedes Benzes, Ford Crown Victoria, so Crown Victoria, and a Mitsubishi Montero off-roader. The film featured the on-screen destruction of a Lykan Hypersport by W Motors, valued at $3.4 million, which is $3,400,000. Though the actual car, so the real car destroyed was a less expensive model. So model made for the film, rather than one of the 7 actual production hypersports. I say hypersports. So hypersports, the mountain highway chase scene on Colorado's Monarch Pass. It's like 11,312 feet of elevation. It's like height above like mean sea level and so on and so forth. So the mountain highway chase scene. So chase scene on Colorado's Monarch Pass proved to be the most damaging sequence, with over 40 cars being destroyed. Only 10% of the action scenes only 10% of the action scenes in the film were computer generated, so they used CGI for that. And even then, and even then, much of the CGI was employed simply to erase the wires and other contraptions that were used to film real cars and drivers or to add a background. It took more than 3,500, so 3,500 man days, so 3,500, so 3,500 man days to complete the various stunts of the film. Alright, next up we got two more bits left and then we're on to the next part. This one we got is redevelopment of Walker's character. When I first heard the news, I was when I first heard the news, I was, when I first heard the news, I was shell shocked, like so shell shocked, so shell shocked, like everyone, and it took me days to come to terms with it. To terms with it, and then after that, heartbreaks started sinking in, and we realized that Paul Walker wasn't going to be around with us anymore. So Paul wasn't going to be around with us. So not going to be around with us anymore moving forward. And it's a really hard one. It's a really tough one. And finishing the movie was the last thing on my mind at that point. So the last thing on my mind at that point. It was more the idea of picking up picking up the pieces. So picking up the pieces, going back on set, rallying the team, the cast and the crew, and as the director, having to put on the brave face and champion and push everyone along. The idea of that was very daunting for me, but it became very apparent to all of us that we needed to finish this movie to honor Paul's legacy and to basically honor his memories. It was about making this movie for Paul. So it was about making this movie for Paul. That was by James Wan. So James Wan, the director of Furious 7. In January 2014, like 2 months after Paul's death, or like 1.5 or 1.25 months, I'm not really sure. But in January 2014, so very early 2014, Time reported that Paul's character, so Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, would be retired, instead of killed, and that new scenes, new scenes would be developed in order to allow the franchise to continue without him. To create Walker's likeness, the filmmakers hired Peter Jackson's Weta. Can't really say what, but it's spelled WETA. It's like saying wet, but adding the letter A, and then digital visual effects house. So visual effects house, which is previously produced the imagery of Gotham, so not Gotham, Gollum, in the Lord of the Rings franchise, and Caesar, says Caesar in the Planet of the Apes, so Planet of the Apes franchise. What Weta could do with severely constrained, what Weta could do was severely constrained by the quality of the reference materials available for Walker's physical appearance. In April 2014, April 2014, saying it was a year before the movie was even released, it's reported that Walker's brothers, Caleb and Cody, had been hired as stand-ins. Their strong resemblance to their late brother, meant the filmmakers could use scans of their bodies instead of recreating Walker's entire body from scratch. From scratch. The final film showed Walker's face superimposed over the bodies of either both his brothers or actor John Brotherton. In 350 visual effects shots. 260 so 260 were so 260 used so 260 used the CG, so computer generated, so CG face, while 90 of those visual effect shots repurposed actual footage of Paul's face, borrowed from like either outtakes or older footage. Last part is music, and then moving on to the next few pieces. Alright, so music. The musical score was composed by Brian Tyler, who scored the third, fourth, and fifth installments of the series. There's an emotional component to Fast and Furious 7 that's unique, said Brian about his experience scoring. I think people are really going to be amazed by it. And I am, definitely. A soundtrack album to the film was released by Atlantic Records. Atlantic Records on Atlantic Records on March 17th. So March 17th. So 17th, 2015. While Tyler's score was released by Backlot Music, or BLM, on March 31st. So 31st, 2015. So 14 days later, when discussing the creation of the score, Brian explained, "It's an honor. Well, it's a pleasure to collaborate with James Wan on Furious 7. Furious 7, as he wanted the emotion of the themes. The emotion of the themes to be the primary focus. The primary focus. The music uses modern recording modern recording techniques. So modern recording techniques, vintage modular synthesizers. So synthesizers, mashed up beats, drums and tweaked remix elements, along with classic film scoring traditions, including full orchestra, piano, voice, and classical guitar. I'm so proud of the movie, and I dedicate the score to the memory of Paul Walker, and all the joy he brought. So and all the joy and all the joy he brought. So, and all the joy he brought. In describing Brian's score, James Watt remarked, Brian's amazing score gave this movie life. He did an incredible job of crafting an electrifying score for the bombastic action moments, one that's balanced by both the beautiful and emotional themes of the characters that underline the heart of this movie. Songs featured in the film include Go Hard. So songs featured in the film include Go Hard or Go Home. So Go Hard or Go Home by both Wiz Khalifa and Iggy Azalea. Ride Outs by Kid Ink. So Kid Ink, Tyga, Whale, YG, is initial short for Young Gangsta, and the Rich Homie Quan. See You Again by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth, which is my most favorite one. My Angel by Prince Royce. Hamdulillah, can't really pronounce that one, by Narcy featuring Shadia Mansour. Get Low by Dylan Francis and DJ Snake. Ahí Vamos by J Balvin featuring both Nicky Jam and French Montana. They got Tempest. So Tempest by Deftones. So Deftones. Meneo by Fito Blanco. So by Fito Blanco. And Payback. Payback by Juicy J. So Juicy J, Kevin Gates feature and Sage the Gamini. They even had Offset by T.I., though that wasn't featured in the movie, even though it was part of the film. I don't know why, but oh well. Wiz Khalifa. So Khalifa and Charlie Puth's See You Again, which plays over the film's ending and itself a tribute to Paul Walker. So tribute to Paul Walker received both popular and critical 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 acclaim. It's shortlisted for the Song of the Year, Song of the Year for the BBC Music BBC BBC Music Awards and was nominated for Best Original Song Original Song at the 73rd Golden Globe Awards. See You Again was the best selling song of 2015 worldwide, which I totally agree, with combined sales and track equivalent steams of 20.9 write-ups, like almost 21 million. Well, 20.9 is like 20,900,000 units, according to IFPI. Sorry, IFPI, which stands for International Federation of the Phonographic Industry. Say IFPI. Say IFPI. So that took forever. Well, not forever, but it just took so long. All right, next up we got is release. So there's not much on it, but a few, thank God for that. Alright, let's do it. So next up for release, starting off with is theoretical. Say theoretical. Say theoretical. Say theoretical. The film originally scheduled to be released on July 11th, so 11th of July 2014, but the film was put on hold following Paul Walker's death in November 30th, 2013. So 2013 on Saturday, I think it was, right around there. Yeah. In October 2014, it's almost a year after Paul died. So in October 2014, say 2014, Universal revealed that the film was officially titled Furious 7. Say Furious 7. Leading up to the event, 7-second behind-the-scenes videos were released titled 7 Seconds of 7. The film was next scheduled for release on October 10th, 2015, but it's announced that the film's release dates have been brought forward, actually, a week for April 3rd, or a week two, so forward. So it's been brought forward a week to April 3rd. Pretty good. The official announcement and change of date was made in July 2014. Furious 7 premiered at the at the SXSW, it's like South by Southwest Film Festival, at around 12:07 a.m. very early in the morning at Austin's Paramount Paramount Theater. I believe it was in Austin, Texas. I'm not really sure. On March March 6, March 16th. So March 16th, 2015. So 2015 for its global premiere. So premiere at the TCL Grauman's Chinese Theater in Los Angeles, California, and Hollywood on April 1st, so early April. IMAX Corporation installed a new laser projection, which was so laser projection, which was the first such installation in the U.S. and the second worldwide, following The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, 2014, which opened at Scotiabank Theatre in Toronto, Canada. So Canada in December 2014. I was, I think, before or after my 9th birthday at that time. I don't know. Anyways, last part, and then moving on to the next one. So we got in Toronto, Canada in December 2014. Alright, last part is home media, and then we're moving on to the next part. So home media. Furious 7. Furious 7 was released on July 6th. So July 6th, 2015 in the UK, and was released via both DVD and Blu-ray on September 15th. So September 15th, 2015. In other countries, the Blu-ray edition features an all-new extended edition of 140 minutes long, which that was 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like, that's just insane. Like, it's insanity. Like, how? So 140 minutes, so 2 hours and 20 minutes long. So 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Deleted scenes, stunts, behind the scenes, and the music video for both Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth's "See You Again." So "See You Again." Both the Blu-ray and DVD versions include behind-the-scenes footage of the race war scene, including rapper Iggy Azalea. So Iggy Azalea, and the making of the cars. So the cars featured in the film in both the U.S. and Canada. So U.S. and Canada, it sold roughly 2.5 million units. So 2.5 million units. So 2,500,000 units on both Blu-ray and DVD. So Blu-ray and DVD in its in its first week of release. So first week of release. So first week of release, making it the highest selling home entertainment live action film of 2015. So 2015. This record was later surpassed by Jurassic World. So Jurassic World 2015. The following the following month. So following month. So following months. Furious 7's home video sales made a revenue of $66.4 million. So $66,400,000. So $66,400,000 with 4.2 million. So 4,200,000. So 4,200,000 copies sold, making it the seventh best selling title of 2015. Is that 2015? Alright, next up we got a reception. And wait. So Furious 7's home video sales made a revenue of $66.4 million. So $66,400,000 with 4.2 million, 4,200,000 copies sold, making it the seventh best. So seventh best selling title of 2015. So 2015. Next up, reception. Starting off with the first one is box office. So Furious 7 grossed. So Furious 7 grossed 353 million. So $353 million in both the U.S. and Canada. So U.S. and Canada. So U.S. and Canada, and 1.163 billion. So 1 billion 100. So 1 billion 100. So 1 billion 160. So 1 billion. So 1 billion 163 million dollars in other countries for a worldwide total. So worldwide total of $1.516 billion. So that's 1 billion 506. So 1,516. So $1,516 million against a production budget of both between 190. So 190. So 190 to $250 million. It's the third highest grossing film of 2015, and the fourth highest grossing film of all time. Furious 7 is also the fastest film to reach the $1 billion mark. At the time doing so in 7 days. Not 7 days. Oh, wish, but that would be kind of cool. So doing so in 17 days. Sorry, I spoke too soon. But imagine 7 days. That would be pretty crazy. In a week, that'd be great. So doing so in 17 days. Still 7 days. Pretty cool. It also became the first film to pass $1 million in 4DX admissions worldwide. So admissions worldwide. Deadline Hollywood calculated the film's net profit. So net profit as 354 $354 million, accounting for production budgets, marketing talent, marketing talents, talent, talent participations, and other costs. Box office uh, grosses, both box office grosses and home media revenues placed it fifth on their list of most valuable blockbusters. Worldwide, Furious 7's released across 810 IMAX theaters, which is the largest worldwide rollout in IMAX history. It's IMAX history. Its worldwide opening of $397.6 million, so $397,600,000, right up like $400 million, was the second highest opening of all time. The film had an IMAX opening weekend total of 20.8, almost round up like $21 million. So 20.8, so it's like $20,800,000. Alright, next up we got is we got 4 pieces left, and then that's the last part. So the film had an IMAX opening weekend total of $20.8 million. So like 20,800,000, so $20,800,000. Next up, North America. So predictions for the opening weekend of Furious 7 in both the US and Canada. So US and Canada were continuously revised upwards, starting from 115 to $150 million. So they had a $35 million increase. It opened on Friday, April 3rd. So it went from 115 million to 150 million dollars. $150 million. So went over $35 million more. So $35 million more than before. Yeah, it opened on Friday, April 3rd. So 3rd, 2015. 2015 across 4,004 theaters, including 365. So 365 IMAX theaters. So theaters, which made it the widest opening for the film and for the Fast and Furious film, and Universal's widest opening release ever, until first surpassed by both Jurassic World 2015 and Minions 2015 as well. So 2015, and earned 67.4, so 67 million, so 67.4 million, so like 67 million, so $67,400,000 marking the 10th biggest opening day. The film's Friday gross included a 15.8 million, so $15,800,000 late night run, which began at 7 p.m. from 3,069 theaters, marking Universal's highest late night run, of which 2.2 million, so $2,200,000 came from IMAX showings, marking the third largest IMAX preview gross ever, based on pure Friday gross. Based on pure Friday gross, with the omission of revenues from from Thursday shows, it earned 51.5, so $51,500,000, marking the fifth biggest of all time. Through Sunday, April 5th, it had an opening weekend total of 147.1, so $147,100,000. This opening broke the records for the highest weekend debuts in April and for the Easter weekend, both of which were later overtaken by Avengers Infinity War. So Avengers Infinity War 2018, and Batman versus Superman. So Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice 2016, respectively, earned an IMAX opening weekend total of 13.3, so $13,300,000, marking the second biggest of all time for a 2D movie. For a 2D film, premium large formats comprised 8%, 11.5 million, so $11,500,000 of the total opening gross. So opening gross from 400 PLF screens, which is the biggest 2D PLF opening. So PLF opening in its second weekend. The film expanded to 4,022. So 4,022 theaters. Imagine that was a year. That would be nuts. I would be like 2016 years old at that time. Imagine that would like go back to that year, 2016. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. So in its second weekend, the film expanded to 4,022 theaters. Again, imagine that was a year. 4,022. That'd be 2016 years old. Something like that. Yep. I have a bit of back pain because I've been like this for like almost over 2 hours. Jesus. So in its second weekend, the film expanded to 4,022 theaters, thereby breaking its own record. So thereby breaking its own record of being the widest Universal Pictures release ever, and earned an estimated 59.6, so 59 million $600,000, declining by 60%, which is the third best second weekend. It's the third best second weekend holdover for a pre-summer film release. It became the highest grossing film in the franchise, doing so only in 10 days, 240 hours. The previous record, which was held by Furious 6, 2013, took 15 weeks to reach its entire lifetime gross of $238.67 million, which is 238 million 670, so 238,670,000. It also set the record for the biggest second weekend April gross. Alright, next up we got is other territories. So let's do this one. Hold on. I'm gonna drink, because all this talking is just hurting my throat too much. There we go. Phew. Alright. Anyway. Moving on. Sorry, we're on other territories. So other territories. So let's do that. So Furious 7 opened. So Furious 7 opened on April 1st. So 1st of April. So early April 2015. In 12 countries. So 12 countries, earning 16.9. So like $16,900,000. Roundup is like almost $17 million, including previews from 22 countries. So 22 countries. It opened in 33 more countries on April 2nd, for a total of 45 countries, earning $43 million. So $43 million from 8,407 screens, marking Universal Pictures' overseas highest grossing Thursday ever. And for a 2-day, 48-hour total of $60 million. It added 20 more countries on April 3rd, earning $59.2 million. So $59,200,000. So $59,200,000 from 9,935 screens in 63 countries. So 63 countries for a 3-day, so 72-hour total of 120.6 million. So 120,600,000. On April 5th, it earned a 4-day, so a 96-hour opening weekend total of 250.4. So 250 million. So 250.4 million. 250 million. $400,000 from 10,683 screens in 64 countries, which is the 4th highest international opening ever, in all of which it reached first place at the box office Earned an IMAX opening weekend total of $7.5 million from 175. Hold. So it earned an IMAX opening weekend total of $7.5 million. So $7.5 million from 175. So 175 IMAX screens, breaking the record for the biggest April April IMAX gross, previously held by Captain America. So Captain America: The Winter Soldier, 2014, which that made $6.43 million. So $6,430,000 is set opening weekend weekend records in 29 countries, including Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Egypt, Malaysia, Mexico, Middle East, Romania, Taiwan, Thailand, Venezuela, and Vietnam. In its second weekend, it held the top spot and fell gradually by 20.4% to 198.7. So $198,700,000, including China's opening day gross from 18,374 screens in 66 territories. So 66 territories as a result of minor competition. So competition, and remaining at number one in all 63 territories where it's released the previous week. It added 3 new countries in its second weekend: China, Russia, and Poland. The film earned 167.9, so $167,900,000, almost $168 million in its third weekend, which topped the box office outside of North America for 3 consecutive weekends. The film was a massive box office hit in China. It opened there on April 12th and set an all-time midnight run record with $8.05 million. So $8,050,000, and an opening day record with $68.8 million. That's $68,800,000. Its opening day included a record-breaking $5 million from IMAX run, also breaking 2014's Transformers Age of Extinction's former record of $3.4 million. So $3,400,000. The same price as a Lycan Hypersport, which is worth $3.4 million. So it's through its opening week, like April 12th to April 19th, presumably, it earned 245.9, so $245 its opening weekend. For its opening week, April 12th to April 19th. April 19th. It earned 245.9. So 245. 245.9 million, which is $245,900,000. For the weekend alone, it took in 88.7 million. So 88,700,000. So $88,700,000 from 5,454 screens. So 5,454 screens from Friday to Sunday, and $182.4 million. So $182,400,000 Monday to Sunday. At the Chinese box office, it crossed. It also crossed. It crossed 1 billion renminbi, which is A.K.A. the Chinese yuan. So it also crossed 1 billion yuan, which is a Chinese currency for cash, in 5 days. So it crossed 1 billion Chinese yuan in 5 days. 120 hours. The fastest time in which that's been achieved. So that's been achieved and soon became the highest grossing foreign film ever in China. So it became the highest grossing foreign film ever in China in 15 days. Its gross in China surpassed those in both Canada, so Canada and the US, and became the first film in China to make more than 2 billion renminbi. So 2 billion renminbi. Its success has been credited to China Film, credited to CFGC, which stands for China. So CFGC, China Film Group Corporation, the state-owned film distributor, which had invested considerably in the film, reportedly taking a 10% stake. In Latin America. It became the second highest grossing film, $200 million. The first time Universal has reached the milestone, and the second film in history to earn more than $200 million. So $200 million after the Avengers 2012. It's the first Avengers film in 2012. In total earnings, the largest. So in total earnings, the largest countries outside both the US and Canada are China. So China, 391.2 million. So 391 million. $200,000. So 391 million. $200,000. So $200,000. The UK, $60 million. Mexico, 51.7, which is 51 million. $700,000. Brazil, 46.6, so 46 million. 600,000, so 46 million. $600,000. So $46,600,000. Germany, 42.8 million, so $42,800,000. And India, $24 million. It grossed a total of $39 million. So less than $40 million in IMAX ticket sales in China. The biggest ever in the market. $39 million. the same budget as the first movie. Alright, so next up we got is critical response. So critical response. Furious 7. So Furious 7. Furious 7. Furious 7. So on critical response. Furious 7 received positive reviews. Positive reviews from critics for its. How do you say this word?
Poignant.
For its poignant or poignant tribute. So it spells POIGNANT. So for its
Poignant.
For its poignant tribute to Paul, the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes reported an approval rating of 81%. With an average score of 77%. So 77%. So 77% based on 281. So 281 reviews. So 281 reviews. The highest rated film in a franchise to date. The website's critical consensus reads, serving up a fresh round of over-the-top thrills while adding unexpected dramatic heft. Furious 7 keeps the franchise moving in more ways than one. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 67%. Not bad, 67%, based on 50 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A on an A+ to F scale. The film received a highly positive review. So the movie received highly positive. Hold on. So the movie received highly positive reviews upon its secret screening at the South by Southwest Film Festival. On March 16th. March 16th. March 16th. March 16th, 2015. Ramin Setouter, I can't pronounce it, so Ramin is spelled R-A-M-I-N. So R-A-M-I-N. And then Setouter, I can't pronounce it that well, it's spelled
that a series addicted to the high of movement could also summon a solemnity, solemnity that leaves you moved. A.O. Scott. So Anthony, Oliver, Anthony Oliver Scott. Anthony Oliver Scott. Anthony Oliver Scott of the New York Times said Furious 7 extend. Furious 7, what was it? Texas accent almost. Furious 7 extends its predecessors' inclusive, stereotype, resistant ethic compared to almost any other big studio enterprise. The Furious brand practices a slick, no big deal, multiculturalism and nods to both feminism, feminism and domestic, uh, traditionalism, John DeVore of The Hollywood Reporter criticized the film, however, describing it as stupidly diverting. No, I agree. Disagree. So diverting. Stupidly diverting. No, I disagree with this. Saying the running time was overinflated. He compared watching the film to a morbid game. Morbid game. Game in addition, addition to criticizing the screenplay. Alright, next up, guys, sequels, and then moving on to the final part. Oh, not sequels, sorry, accolades, sorry. Alright, so next up we got is accolades, and then when I got to the last part, which is sequels, and then that'll be it. So sequels, and that'll be it, because I am tired. Okay, so for accolades, we got, same as before with the previous installments, we got award, date of ceremony, category, recipients, and result. Jesus, we got so much. How many we got? I gotta count. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. What? Come on, how do I get this over with? I'm tired as hell. But I'm not gonna quit this. I'm doing this for Paul. I am gonna do this. I'm gonna finish this off. So let's wake up and finish it. So starting off with the first one, we got African American. So African American Film Critics Association Awards February 10th, 2016. Best Song, Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth for See You Again won. They got Billboard Music Awards, May 22nd, 2016. Top Soundtrack Furious 7 nominated. They got Black Reel Awards. song. Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth for See Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth for See You Again. 1. Then we got Critics Choice Movie Awards. Some movie awards. January 17th, 2016. So we got Best Action Movie. Best Action Movie. Furious 7 nominated. Best Song. See You Again. 1. Is that 1? Then we got ETC Bollywood Business Awards. January 16th. 16th, 2016. Say 2016. Most successful foreign film Furious 7. Is that Furious 7? Furious 7, which one? Is that 1? They got Georgia Film Critics Association Awards. So awards January 8th, 2016. So January 8th, 2016. Best Original Song. So Best Original Song. DJ Frank E. Andrew or Andy Zadar, Charlie Puth, and Wiz Khalifa for See You Again, which won. Then we got the Golden Globe Awards. Is it Golden Globe Awards? Is it Golden Globe Awards? January 10th. January 10th. 2016. 2016. Best Original Song. Is that Best Original Song? Justin Franks. So Justin Franks. So Justin Franks. Andrew or Andy Zadar, Charlie Puth, and Wiz Khalifa for See You Again was nominated. Then we got Golden Trailer Awards. It's a Golden Trailer Awards from May 6th, 2015 to May 6th, 2015. So we're going back a bit. So we got Best of Show. So we got both Best of Show. So Best of Show and Best of Show and Best Action, both family, both family, AV Squad, which won. They got Best Music, Drop Teaser, also AV Squad, which was nominated. Then we got GTA 16, so 16 and Rentrack Best Opening Weekend Award. So Best Opening Weekend Award. Furious 7, which won. Then we got Best Sound Editing. Drop Teaser, AV Squad, which was nominated. They got Best Action TV Spots, Fast by AV Squad, which won. And they got also again the same, but for Best Movie, which was Best Music, sorry. So got Best Action. So Best Action TV Spot and Best Music TV Spot by both Fast AV Squad. For Action is one, Music nominated. So that was for Golden Trailer Awards on May 6th, 2015. They got Grammy Awards. Say Grammy Awards. Grammy Awards. February 15th, 2016, best song written for visual media. Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth for See You Again was nominated. So nominated. They got Guild of Music Supervisors Awards, January 21st, 2016. Best song written and or recorded, created for a film. DJ Frank E, Charlie Puth, and Wiz Khalifa, and also Andrew Zadar for See You Again. Then we got Hollywood Film Awards. November 1st, 2015. Hollywood Blockbuster Award, February 7. Then Hollywood Song Award, Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth for See You Again. Then we got Hollywood Music and Media Awards. November 11th, 2015. 2015. Best Original Song in a Feature Film, which was Justin Franks, Andrew Zadar, Charlie Puth, and Wiz Khalifa for See You Again, which those four won. Then we got Houston Film Critics Society Awards. So Society Awards on January 9th. 2016. Best Original Song, See You Again, nominated. They got Makeup Artists, and Hairstylists Guild Awards, February 20th. Houston Film Critics Society Awards, January 9th, 2016. Best Original Song, See You Again, nominated. There we go. Alright, so now we got Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild. So Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild Awards, February 20th. 2016. Best Contemporary Makeup in a Feature-Length Motion Picture by James McKinnon, Autumn Butler, and Roxy D'Alonso, which won. And then we got Best Contemporary Hairstyling in a feature-length movie picture. Linda D. Flowers, Jennifer Santiago, and Lisa Ann Wilson nominated. They got MTV Movie Awards, April 10th, 2016. April 10th, 2016. Best Action Performance, Vin Diesel. So Best Action Performance, Vin Diesel. And Ensemble Cast, Furious 7, both nominated. They've got People's Choice Awards. January 6th, 2016. So got Favorite Movie and Favorite Action Movie, Furious 7, which both won. They got Favorite Action Movie, Actor and Actress, Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez, which they were both nominated. So both nominated. They got Premos Juventud, July 14th, 2016. 2016. Favorite movie, Furious 7, which won Satellite Awards. So Satellite Awards. So Satellite Awards. February 21st, 2016. So Satellite Awards. Satellite Awards. February 21st. February 21st. February 21st. 21st. 2016. So 2016. Best Original Song. So Best Original Song, See You Again, nominated. They got Saturn Awards. Saturn Awards. June 22nd. 2016. So first off we got is Best Action. Best Action or Adventure Film, Furious 7, which won. Then Best Editing. Best Editing. Best Editing by Christian Wagner, Dylan Highsmith, Kirk Murray, and Leigh Folsom Boyd. They got Best DVD or Blu-ray special edition release. Furious 7 Extended Edition. Furious 7 Extended Edition, which I got. Which they were both nominated. So Furious 7 Extended Edition. So Furious 7 Extended Edition, which was nominated. There we got Screen Actors Guild Awards. January 30th, 2016. So January 30th, 2016. Outstanding Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in a Motion Picture, Furious 7, nominated. There got Screen Nation, Screen Nation Film, and TV Awards, March 19th, 2016, Female Performance in Film, Nathalie Emmanuel, who won. Then we got St. Louis Film Critics Association Awards, December 20th, 2015, 4 days before Christmas Eve and 5 days before Christmas Day. Best Song, See You Again, was a runner. So Best Song, See You Again, was a runner-up, and then Best Scene, Paul Walker Farewell. So Paul Walker Farewell, which was nominated. Then we got Teen Choice Awards again, August 16th, 2015. Choice Movie Action, Furious 7 won. So Furious 7 won. Choice Movie Actor. So Choice Movie Actor for Action, Vin Diesel nominated. Paul Walker won. They got Choice Movie Actress. Action, both Michelle Rodriguez and Jordana Brewster won. Not one, sorry. So both Michelle Rodriguez and Jordana Brewster nominated. Sorry, just so tired. I get this done, dusted with. So still Teen Choice Awards, August 16th, 2015. So we got Choice Movie Villain. So Villain, Jason Statham. So Jason Statham nominated. choice movie villain, Jason Statham, nominated. So Jason Statham nominated. And then we got choice movie chemistry for Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Dwayne Johnson, and Chris Ludacris Bridges, which were nominated. And they got choice music. So choice music song from either a movie or TV show. So movie or TV show. Wiz Khalifa. So Wiz Khalifa, and Charlie Puth. So Charlie Puth for See You Again. So See You Again, which won. And last but certainly not, and the last one. Last but certainly not the very least, for that one, we got visual effects. So visual effects society awards. So visual effects society awards. February 2nd, so early February 2016. Outstanding visual effects in a photo reel. So photo reel feature. So photo reel feature. Mike Wassel, Karen Murphy, Martin Hill, Kevin McLean. I can't pronounce that one, but it spells McLlwin, and Dan Sudik, which was nominated. Okay, so last part is sequels, and then I'll end it there because it's taking over 3 hours. What? Let's get this done. So last part is sequels, and then I'll end it there. Fingers crossed. Shift is first gear. So first gear. Activate nitrous, and let's fly. Says sequels. Say fasten your seatbelts as well. Says sequels. And put down the e-brake. And let's into the end of the road all the way to home. So sequels. Let's finish this. So Furious 7 was followed. So Furious 7 was followed. So Furious 7 was followed. So Furious 7. Furious 7. So Furious 7 2015 was followed by the Fate of the Furious, A.K.A. Fast and Furious 8 or Fast 8. 2017. So 2017. So 2017. So 2017 serving as the start of a final trilogy of films that include both F9, so F9 2021, so F9 2021, so 2021, and Fast X, aka Fast 10 2023, so 2023, so 2023, last part, and then I'll end it there, and 11th, and final mainline, so mainline film, Fast XI or Fast 11, so Fast 11, Fast 11, Fast 11 is in production. video will be about the Fate of the Furious, A.K.A. Fast and Furious 8 or Fast 8 or F8, whichever way works best, 2017. But for that, I'm going to take a break right now from doing these movies. I will do them soon, but I'm going to be doing some more driving laws next, because I want to get those done soon, as much as possible. So that'll be for my next videos. So for my next Fast and Furious video, however, will be about the Fate of the Furious 2017. So, but for now, let's take a bit of a break from them and just do something different. So, that'll be it for tonight. Jeez, 12:38 or 12:40 in the morning. Say 12:38 in the morning. What? Like what? Early 12:30 or 12:30, 12:39 in the morning. What? Unbelievable. Alright, so for my next Fast and Furious video will be about the Fate of the Furious 2017. But I'm gonna take a break from that and do some driving laws. So yeah, that'll be it. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Comment down below. So comment down below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell. So hit that notification bell and hit all. So you're alerted of when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so I gotta go sleep now. So that'll be it. I gotta go. And by the way, happy September, everybody. Happy September, everybody. So that'll be it. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a great morning, and have a great day. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So take care, folks. Stay safe out there. Take care, folks. Stay safe out there. And I'll see